Hey there, I'm Susie from Start a Mom Blog, and welcome back. This is the second video in a series that I want to create on Pinterest and how to use it. So basic Pinterest stuff. In this video today, we're going to talk about how I create my pin images. I'm going to show you both how to create them in PicMonkey and in Canva. I do use multiple programs, but those are the two I'm going to cover today. I'm going to show you how to add that image to your blog and then take that image and get it onto Pinterest. So how do you actually get stuff from your blog onto the Pinterest platform? Stay tuned. We're going to go through everything. Make sure to save and like and love this video. I really appreciate it. The more likes I get, the more encouragement I have to create more videos. Everybody's a little vain. So anyway, thank you so much. Let's get right into creating pins for your blog. All right, so as you can see here, I have a very simple little blog. It's me and my beautiful daughter. And that's my other little girl, and I have a little boy too, so super blessed. And we are going to create a blog post first. So first, you're probably on your blog. In the back end, you can go to posts, add a new post. So we're just going to pretend create a new blog post. This is going to be the five tips to help hair loss. Well, let's say prevent hair loss, postpartum hair loss. Okay. So again, just for your permalink, you probably don't want to put the number in there. You just want to have it in your title. Tips to prevent postpartum hair loss. That's a good permalink. That's what somebody's going to search for when they're in Google. So just a quick little tip there. And then we're going to have our blog post here. So pretend I'm a super fast writer and I just wrote all of this stuff. Honestly, I just copy and pasted from a Latin website just to show that I created some verbiage here for you guys, just to pretend this is a blog post. All right. So you'd have some titles in it. This is your blog post. Our example blog post. All right, so now that we have our blog post on the 5 tips to prevent postpartum hair loss, you want to create a pin image for this post to then take that pin image and add it onto Pinterest. So there's 2 programs that I love to use. We'll go into PicMonkey first. So if you guys would like to, I do have an affiliate link for PicMonkey. If you go to Start a Mom Blog, momblog.com/PicMonkey, you'll get to PicMonkey. I like using PicMonkey for editing pictures and then adding text overlays on it. So what I would do is click on Edit. And I will go into one of my images. And let's see. It's postpartum hair loss. So let's get a cute little image of one of my girls. Can never decide on what image to take. All right, so this is great. It doesn't really show her face. If you want to keep your kids a little bit more private, you can have pictures of them on your blog. You don't always have to showcase their faces. So one thing that I like about PicMonkey is I can go into here and adjust my colors. I can adjust my exposure so I can make it a little brighter, add more highlights to it so you can see the picture is going to start to pop. And this is what I really like about PicMonkey is that I can edit my pictures. The other program that I use is Canva, where it's more just, I'll use stock images for that, images that are already perfect with perfect lighting, I'll use it there. But if I want to use one of my own images and really make them pop, I use PicMonkey. So you can see this is really looking super bright. That looks awesome. All right, and now we'll go in and add the text overlay to it. All right, so we got somebody who joined us. Hi, this is my handsome little man. All right, so now that we have our image, it looks very clear and crisp and poppy. We're going to add some great text to it. So you want to use something that's easy to read and easy to see. So we'll do 5 tips. Make that 5 really big. And I'll have different types of text on here. So 5 tips for and then we'll have one more. Oops, no, we want that one in Antonio. We'll add new text. Postpartum. Let's do all caps. Postpartum hair loss. Alright. If you guys have been following me for a while, then you know this is like the one topic that I always talk about. Because after 3 kids, like, it's a real big deal. Like, struggling with all my hair falling out. I know, buddy. Okay, ooh, yeah, let's do that. Let's make it really big. But I do take some amazing vitamins and have some really great, like, $4 shampoo that I use that works really well. So I'm only like openly talking about it because I know that I have a solution, so that helps. All right, so we'll make 5 tips for postpartum hair loss. You can see like the background, it's hard to read some of that text. So what I normally do is I go into the little butterfly, go to geometric, and add a geometric shape to it. I know, buddy, isn't this cool? And then I'll add a little overlay, and then I'll send it to the back. Ooh. And I'm just right-clicking on it with my mouse and say, oh, because it's black. Hey, you okay? Okay, we're good. Okay, and we're going to make it, you can actually do the little dropper, and we can pick one of the colors from our picture. So it looks her beautiful blonde hair. Okay, so we have 5 tips for postpartum hair loss. And you can add maybe a little border to it. How does that look? Oh, you could if you want to. We might not do that today. Rounded corners. Transparent background. We could do that, but maybe not today. All right, I want a little bit more color to this. Let's look at the lines. Let's see if we can have some arrows, right? You want to have some arrows point to it? Because that grabs people's attention. So if we have an arrow right here, and we'll flip it. So without them even knowing, we are grabbing their attention with a very colorful arrow. And we'll do copy paste. We'll add one more here. All right. So let me be honest with you about Pinterest pins. You're probably going to create a couple of them, and the one you create, you think, okay, this one's never going to take off. It actually does. So I would encourage you to create 2 to 3 pin images for every blog post. If you're just starting out, you can create 1 to 2, but I definitely encourage you to create multiple because that gives you more chance to promote them on Pinterest. And you're so cute. And look how big he looks. Oh my gosh. You're a beast. And you got something on your nose. I'm so sorry, guys. Did not mean for him to have a boogie. It also gives your blog more chances to actually be seen on Pinterest because you have more than one marketing image to showcase it. All right, let's go back into editing the picture. You're so big. Oh my gosh. Guys, let's just take a minute. Oh. Do you appreciate this beautiful little boy? Look at these blue eyes. You do not like being on camera, do you? Okay, maybe that's going to be the end of our scene with baby. Take a good look, because he might not be in the next scene. Oh my gosh, look at those baby blues. And he smells like incense. He smells so good. Beautiful baby breath. Okay, can you say, okay, we can go on with the lesson now? Yeah? Say bye. Bye-bye. 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 Alright, maybe this will distract him. Alright, so you have your image. What I would suggest is add your blog title to it. So we can go up here and type in snack, then nap.com. Just so that somebody knows when they land on this image, it is yours. Or you can either put it up there or way at the bottom. Either one is fine. For now, I'm just going to add it up there. All right, just so that people know when they're landing on your image, it is yours. It has your little logo to it. So we're going to click on export. And we're going to export it out of PicMonkey. Give it tips for postpartum hair loss. All right. Export to computer, and we can probably do it. Is Roger the little one? Yeah, Roger could be fine. If you're thinking about PNG and JPEG, JPEGs are they're smaller. PNGs are larger files, but if you have a transparent background, definitely save it in a PNG because that will retain that transparent background. For now, we don't have a transparent background. We just want a small image. The larger your image is, the slower your website's going to load. So we'll export that to our computer. We have our image. We'll go back to our blog post and we're going to add it right here. Add media. There it is. Open. We're going to take that title that has the keywords in it and copy that and put in the alt text. This helps it show up on Google image search. We're going to insert it into the post and we're going to align it to center. All right. That's a little small, so we might make it a little bit bigger. All right, and then have it here on our post. All right, now we have our image in here. We could also click on the little edit button and we could make it a larger image if you wanted to. Medium large, update, and then just drag it a little smaller so the quality stays the same. All right, so that looks great. So you could go ahead and create more images in PicMonkey if you want to. Let me show you how to use Canva. So if we go to canva.com, and I like to use Canva sometimes because it gives me more ideas and I can use some of their free stock images. So click on create a design, click on Pinterest graphic. We're going to search for mom or pregnant mom. All right, so this one's free. You can see this one's free. Oh, this one's pretty. I like this one. We'll go ahead and click on this one. And you can take it in that Pinterest graphic and then make the whole image bigger. All right, so it fits your size. Okay, so that's our image. We're going to go into text, and you can choose one of their suggested text fonts that they have here. I'm looking for like 2 fonts. This one's kind of pretty. All right. 5 postpartum hair loss tips. Make that a little bigger. How do we actually make it wider? Can adjust the fonts. That might be too small for Pinterest. Only thing is now it's hard to see it within this image, so I might drag the image just a little bit more to the side so I have more space for my text. And let's put 5 tips for, and take that away. You could, if you're clicking on the text that Canva gives you, you can click on ungroup, and that'll ungroup the 2 parts of text that you have here, and now you can make it a little wider or not, or whatnot. If you click on the text itself and you click on copy, it'll make a copy of the text that you have. So we could take that away and play with 2 different sizes of fonts. only thing I don't really like about Canva, sometimes it's so hard to select something and get to make it do what I want it to do. Alright, tips for postpartum hair loss. Might align this to one side. Hair loss is one word, right? Is it 2 words or 1 word? Okay. And then here you can use this text and input your blog URL. That looks better. Actually read it. The bigger you can get this text, the better. Just not finding the right thing right here. Okay, so let's for example, we'll take this as one of our images. What Canva does really nicely is it can copy this page. So we can take a copy of our first pin and we can just delete the background there. Back into our search and we'll get another image for a mommy. But what about hair this time? Let's try one with hair. This one's free, this one's free. Oh, this one's pretty. Let's try this one. Alright, you'll drag it over to your image, arrange it, and click on back. So it goes to the back of the image. Line it up. One thing that I like to do about stock images is I don't like to use them exactly as they come. Because a lot of people use these stock images, so you want your pins to look a little bit different. So I would definitely suggest zooming into one part of a stock image so it doesn't look the same as all the other variations of that exact image. So I would definitely zoom into a specific part of it. Now we're going to take the text and maybe align it to the other side. And I might do the same thing that I did in PicMonkey, was where I added a little box behind the text so we can see it better. So you can go into Canva, go into Elements, click on Shapes, and we're going to drag a little box here. And we're just going to put it behind our text so that people can see it easier. Click on Arrange, move it to back. Alright, so that's much easier to read that text, and that's what you want in Pinterest. You want to grab people's attention quickly so they know what your post is about and they're clicking through. Now we can center that again. Alright, so here you can see we've created 2 pin images super quickly in Canva. Let's create one more, just because we're on a roll here. And click on hair again. Let's see if we can find another free image. Mostly at the top. Which one did I like? This one. Okay, this one has a lot of black. So we might delete that image. And again, it is a stock image, but we're going to zoom into it and make it our own. And arrange it back, back, back. What we could do with our text here is make it white. Click on the text. Oopsie. And then click on the font color. Wonder if we still need our box. It might be able to work without the box, but it does stand out more. So this time we can make our box not yellow, but maybe something a little bit warmer, something red. Red always stands out, red or pink. And if you want to create a whole new color, you can click on the little box at the top and create a brighter pink. There you go. Okay, that's pretty bright. Okay, 5 tips for postpartum hair loss. We could make this a different font. I just want to show you the gist of it. So you want to have something that's super easy to read because people are scrolling very quickly through Pinterest. So they need to see your title very easily. Sometimes I see people, hey sweetie, using very cursive fonts, which are super hard to read, and we don't want to use that. All right, so now that we have our 3 images, let's upload them to our blog. So you can go into Canva, click on download, and you want to download all the pages as JPEGs. You could do PNGs, they're just a little higher quality and they take up a little bit more space. So either one is fine. I'm just going to do JPEGs for now, all pages. Click on download, and because it's multiple pages, it's going to download as a zip file. So you'll have all the images onto your computer almost instantly. Maybe like 30 seconds. They give you a little quote to read in the meantime. All right, here we go. We have our images. All right. Just going to put them on my desktop for now. And now that we have them on our computer, we're going to go back to my my blog post. And I'm going to upload it to my blog. So first of all, let's go and upload these images to our blog. Again, you want to put in a right title for that image so that Google can find that image and display it in their Google results as well. So the alt text is important. Tips for postpartum hair loss for moms. Copy that, put that there. After preg. I'm just changing each one just slightly so that I capture more keywords. So pregnant, mom, hair loss, postpartum. Alright. Okay, so now I have my 3 images. You might be wondering, how do we add all these images to one blog post? Isn't that kind of overwhelming? So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to add each one, and again, we could make this a little bigger, the large right here, and then we can scale it down. That medium was just too small, so I like that one more. Now you're probably wondering, okay, how do we get the other last images on here? I'm going to add them. I'm just going to put myself over in this corner. That one there, and then one more image. So now that you have all 4 images, all the Pinterest images you've created, in your blog post, go ahead and click on Publish or Update. Then install the Pinterest Chrome extension. That's how you're going to get them from your browser, from your website onto Pinterest. There's multiple ways you can do it. This is the easiest way that I like to do it. If you go ahead and open your blog post, we can go ahead and click on that little Pinterest Chrome extension, and that should bring up all 4 images. So now from this menu, you can actually click on them and save them to those very niche boards that you created. Make sure in the description right here below your pin image, you want to put something that people are going to search for. Great tips for moms who suffer from postpartum hair loss. All right, so we want to add that in the description and put that on hair loss tips for moms. All right, so that's how you get it to that board. So you can either click on See It Now, or it'll go back to your blog post, and we'll go through and do that for each pin. And that's how we get them onto Pinterest. So tips for postpartum hair loss for moms right after pregnancy. So you're trying to add the keywords that people are going to be searching for in the Pinterest search bar. So if you think about Pinterest, it's much more a search engine. It's a visual search engine. It's not a social media connect with your friends type of platform. It is people go there to Pinterest to visually search for help and advice, and they're looking for your amazing tips and blog posts. So again, tips for postpartum hair loss. We probably could have in the title for these pin images put moms. That's also a great thing. If you address your niche and your target market right on your pin image, people are going to click more through, and the right people are going to click through. So again, we're going to save that for hair loss tips for moms. Click back. Add our other image. Click on save. Tips for postpartum hair loss for moms after pregnancy. We'll put this in the postpartum tips for moms in that board. And then our last image, pregnant mom hair loss. Okay, tips for moms who suffer and struggle with hair loss and how to grow your hair back quickly after pregnancy and having a baby. Okay, that's too much. All right. And we'll put that on postpartum tips for moms. All right, so I'm not going into my actual pin strategy right now. I'm just showing you how to create the pins, get them on your blog, and then get them onto Pinterest. The actual pin strategy of when to pin, what boards to pin to, how often to pin, that I'm going to cover in following videos. But this has already been, I'm already covering so much in this video. I don't want to go in depth on all those advanced techniques on using automatic pinning or manual pinning. We'll do that in a next video. One last thing that I want to show you to do in your blog post, now that you see, okay, we have 4 pin images in here, that might be a little bit too much. So after we've pinned them to Pinterest, you've used your Chrome extension, they're on Pinterest, we can actually go hide them so that they don't show up here. If you click on Edit Post, you can put a little bit of code around those images. It's div style display none. So I'll give you this code so you can just copy and paste it. If you go into the text side of your editor, you'll see the 2 images are here at the bottom, and we'll just put that code right around it. So that will hide our image. All right, if you click back to visual, they are there, but you don't see them. And we'll click on update. So then click on the Pinterest Chrome extension now. Oh, you actually still see them. So they're actually still there, even if they're hidden. Good news, even if you hide the images, they are still able to be repinned through Pinterest. So you can see our blog post is much cleaner. We don't have all those extra images, but if somebody wants to pin them, they do show up and we can pin them to Pinterest. In following videos, I'll cover like my actual pinning strategies and how often I pin and what I pin. So now if you go back to your Pinterest account that you just created, if we refresh it, we'll see that we have our postpartum tips pins here, and we're starting to fill our boards. So this is looking good. You do want your boards to be filled. Otherwise, they kind of look like you have an incomplete profile. So make sure that you at least have 1 or 2 rows of pins into your boards to make it look like you're really active. All right, but we'll go into pinning strategy and how often to pin in following videos. I hope this really helped you and showed you how easy it is to create Pinterest images and then add them to your blog post and then get those images onto Pinterest so you can get more traffic to your blog. In upcoming videos, I'll go through my pinning strategy. I also have links to exactly how I pin and how often I pin, so you can go read those blog posts. Again, if you like this video and you want more of them, more of these tutorials and like click-through videos, just like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.